Janine was just talking about little blessings. And I want to tell you a quick little story before I get started about one little blessing that you get every day, and that's holding your kids. I see so many people come into church, and they use those things on the floor and whatever, and I just think, oh, to hold them again. And I have to tell you what happened to me. My children are 23 and 26 now, and I'll tell you, it was yesterday. They were just this big. It just goes by so quickly. But when my son was about 18, he was 6 foot tall, not a big guy, but he wasn't too skinny at all. He was standing in the kitchen one day, and my hormones must have just been high that day. And I was just kind of looking at him, and I'm like, Jonathan, I don't remember the last time I actually held you. Just really touched me. I said, get up on the counter. So he jumped up on the counter, and I said, put your legs apart. I got up closer. I said, put your legs around me. He did. I said, I'm putting my arms around you. Hold on tight. And I said, now, I'll never forget the last time I held you. Carol and Steve, are from Minnesota. And they have 2 little boys, 4 and 7, Logan and Austin. They moved here quite a while ago. And so the boys did not know their grandparents very well. And Grandma had passed away several years ago. And her dad, Carol's dad, gotten very sick. And hospice had been brought in. So Carol came over and we talked about it a little bit. She was a neighbor of mine. We talked about it a little bit, and I said, you got to go. You got to take the boys. They got to know Grandpa. She said, you're right. So she took off to Minnesota. She went to see her dad. And she knew it was probably going to be to say goodbye to him, but she wanted more than that, for her boys to have memories. So we talked about memories today and how memories and that attachment, that connections are so important. So she went up there to make some memories for her boys so that they would know Grandpa. They got up there, and she ended up asking him a lot of questions so that the boys, they're sitting around the hospice bed, and talking, asking all these questions. And she came one question, and she said, the question was, can you blow a bubble with bubble gum? And he said, yes. And 4-year-old Austin said, I never seen you do that, Grandpa. Carol said, somebody go find him some gum. So they live in a little town, so you can imagine what the little corner stores are. Bazooka. They came back with bazooka. What's the worst thing about bazooka? It's hard. Yeah. Yeah, and they've changed the recipe, I think, a little bit. It's a little softer now, but, even sitting on the shelf, bazooka tends to be on shelves for a long time. So they came back and gave her dad this gum. Said he put it in his mouth. He had dentures. Put it in his mouth, and she said he sucked on it a while, trying to get it soft. Finally, started chomping. The old man got a bubble out about the size of his finger. He took the gum out and said to the boys, I did that just for you. I never blown a bubble. Isn't that something? What a memory. She said that's the greatest memory. Said so they came back, and within a couple weeks, Grandpa was gone. Said but she had a candy dish that was from her mom. Said so today, that candy dish sits on their counter, filled with bazooka. A priceless collectible. A piece of bazooka. Cash, character, collectibles, and connections. I hope today that I have touched your heart, that you understand how important it is for you to make a connection, to leave a legacy for those that you leave